Now that we've gotten the insults for my shirt out of the way, let's talk about your film. Congrats on the film, I was about to say, until Imogen said, Josh, you're wearing an ugly shirt.
No, I said you look like Curious George, which is a compliment. I love Curious George.
Wow.
I love Curious George.
I love Curious
guys,
George.
Let's just move on.
If I were
Castle on
you,
the
I would
Ground,
totally
great
just leave.
movie.
Yeah. I was in your shoes.
Throw the mic down.
Castle on the Ground is a great movie. Congratulations, guys, on this. I'm joined by the writer-director and the cast of this great film that shines a light on an issue that we're all talking about a lot, but I haven't seen much on the big screen. Is that part of the goal in something like this, to humanize, kind of get boots on the ground, kind of a story about the opioid epidemic?
I can't say honestly I had a strategy that way, but I'd be very pleased if it got, obviously when you make a film you want people to see it, but certainly in terms of what's going on, I very much hope that it opens up hopefully a road of a lot of films being made about it. I know Nan Golden, the extraordinary photographer, she's doing a lot of great crusading work with her, I think they call themselves PAIN, which stands for Prescription Addiction Intervention Now.
Right.
And she's going all over the States and Europe and railing against Purdue Pharma and the Sacklers. So if this film if I could humbly say, if this film puts out any, more activist intention and just knowledge, that'd be wonderful.
I guess talk to me a little bit about, do you come to it with preconceived notions when you hear what the story's about, and then when you dip into the script, what's surprising, intriguing, exciting about a project like this?
Well, I guess for me, the script in and of itself was super exciting just because I thought it was very vivid, and I thought it was like this kind of beautiful nightmare. What I really responded to was that Henry was such a sweet boy, and that what happens to him is, it's not like he makes the decision and he loses hope in the world and goes, I'm gonna be a drug addict. Instead, it's more about this young boy falling into this addiction, almost sliding down into it, and it's like he really doesn't know what else to do, and he's just this, I think, just an innocent kid looking for something to fill this void of his mother, who he spent the longest time just taking care of her. When he loses her, it feels like with all these, drugs just in his kitchen, it's the only comfort he can find. And so I guess what I responded to is the sweetness of it, and the sweetness of his relationship with Anna, Henry and Anna's relationship. And I was a huge fan of Imogen's always, and was a big fan of Joey when I talked to him. And then Keir and Neve were just a bonus. They were just bonuses.
I'm curious, watching a film like this, it doesn't feel like there's an easy day on a set like this. Neve, for you, when I meet your character in this film, things aren't going so well, and it just gets worse. Talk to me about sort of the headspace you have to put yourself in and the journey for you on set of something like this.
Yeah, it's challenging, even preparing for the role. I was certainly very excited at being a part of a film that's such an important topic and needs to be spoken about at the moment. It's always great as an actor to find something that's meaningful and current. But even, just watching the documentaries that Joey had recommended, about the opioid crisis, and then obviously spoke to Joey's dad, actually, who's a doctor and was a doctor for 40 years in Montreal, about cancer and what my character would be going through at the time, and that slippery slope into addiction as well. Challenging, even witnessing these things in these documentaries about people and really getting a clear understanding of how devastating this crisis is, and then getting on set and living it, as best you can. Yeah. I'm a mom as well, so it was not difficult to imagine how devastating it would be to know that you're going to be departing your child, leaving them behind, and what that journey would be, and heavy. It was heavy. I went home and I cried for 3 days, which doesn't often happen when you do a movie. But it's just that come down, from a lot of difficult circumstances.
It felt like real mother and son, or at least I really did, in terms of we had to lie in a bed together for most of the movie, and a lot in that bedroom, and it became, we shared a lot about our own families, and my dad had cancer and almost died, and luckily recovered, but I told her that early on, and that was part of the thing that drew me to it. And so I felt like a lot of, at least for me, I felt a lot of safety with Imogen. I felt a lot of safety with Neve, so it didn't feel dangerous. It felt really upsetting and all these things, but I felt in good hands, and I felt permission to maybe let it go.
Imogen, Keir, what's the indelible memory? Is there a day on set, a moment that when you think back to the production of this that you think will always stick with you?
When Keir showed up for day one.
Like, now it's on. Here we go.
I think for me it was once we actually got to Sudbury, which is where we shot the film, and that's where the story is based, which is very special. Joey and I had a chance to meet some people out there who had been addicted to oxy or put on oxy, and we went to the meth clinics, and we really sat down with folks who just told us their stories, and it really humanized it for me because the script was so vibrant and the characters were so artfully drawn out, and it was gorgeous dynamics and lots of conflict. But you sort of question, is this realistic? Is it really realistic? Joey and I had a lot of conversation about humanizing it,
Right.
And sort of the notion of the well-worn idea of the drug addict, and making sure that we're not falling into those traps, because that is not the story that we wanted to tell.
Right.
So really, yeah, the memories that stay with me are when we first got to Sudbury and really immersing yourself in that environment. So often you're shooting in Canada, for somewhere else, but it was cool to have that as our real home base and get to know the world. Yeah.
For you, Keir, does this production stand out in any specific ways from other projects you've been a part of?
Yeah, I mean, on the first day I had like a few hours off, and I was already in wardrobe and makeup, with my face looking like I'd gotten beaten up.
Right.
And I walked around because I was just bored and went for a walk, and it was interesting because I definitely saw a lot of people that looked like me walking past me, and it was, I guess, kind of easy to put myself into that headspace just because, again, the location really felt like a character in the film. And but yeah, I mean, also just it was really cool getting to do, I think there's a one shot, was it 7 pages or something? We did it in one night.
We got to do like 14 takes of it.
Oh.
I was thinking like, I'll never get this shot. And
Yeah.
then it was amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And it was fun to see them so engaged. I was worried they'd be like, like, this is kind of dull. Because who knows if it's fun for an actor, but like, it was, yeah.
I
Like,
thought
you
that-
ran back and forth. Like, can we do it again? Can we do it again?
Yeah, that's what actors get off on, I would think, like something like that, right?
Yeah, it's cool because it's like theater. No, but it's great. You
And who's going to drop the ball? Because that's not going to be me.
Who's gonna
there is one in the oneer. In the oneer, it's like right in the beginning. I'm walking and I have to hand her a $20 bill, and it comes out and flies out, and it's like there's like a moment where it's like, am I gonna ruin this whole oneer? And I just have to go and then pick it up, and it ended up in the movie.
That's also our DOP, Bobby, who was just like,
Genius.
champion.
Yeah, he's very special. He brought on this great...
Bobby Short.
Yeah.
Bobby Short.
Is it as disconcerting for anybody else how good Imogen is at accents? Because I feel like I don't know what your real voice is at this point, because I feel like every film you sound different.
It's a very lovely thing to say.
Especially given where we started. Yep.
Cool.
Really magnanimous of me. Just want to get that for the record
You're being
and move
big
on.
right
that
now.
I
You're
took.
being the bigger
I took the
person.
high road. Thank you,
Taking
Alex.
the high road.
Somebody's actually called you
See, it started as
They came.
a compliment, but then I twisted it around. See? I don't know what my point was.
We're in
on the
Canada. It's passive aggressive.
There
It's
you go.
perfect.
I've been here a lot. But I do want to actually ask you about another project, Why the Last Man. Have you
Yeah.
shot just the first episode, more than that? What have you shot of
We've
that?
shot some stuff, but it's sort of percolating right now.
Okay.
And they've shifted some engines. Sounds very testosterone driven. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said that. I don't even like cars.
Especially for a project that's not testosterone driven at
No,
all.
well, no, exactly. I think that's part of the reassemblage is actually to do with the woman forward part of it. So
Okay.
yeah,
And
we
you're-
shall see.
Have you become a fan of the source material? I'm a big fan of the Brian K. Vaughan
Absolutely,
work.
yeah. The first thing I did was buy all of the comic books, which are actually really expensive. Broke the bank. But a lot of my friends had said you've got to read the comics, and yeah, it's very, very easy to become excited by that whole world.
Neve, are you aware that there's this like new groundswell of love for Scream 4 on the interwebs?
Is there?
Yeah, apparently there's like a reevaluation now of Scream 4.
Of Scream 4?
That that one in particular was
Wow.
unfairly judged at the
Really?
time.
Okay. I didn't read the reviews. You just told me people didn't like it.
This is the worst interview I have ever been on.
I just speak the truth,
Thanks.
guys. No! You guys have been hanging out together.
Get
You
up
hate
and
me.
leave. Storm out. We were actually talking.
Happens all the time. These movies, it's like I don't know when that one came out, but it always seems to me these films come out and then everyone like 10 months later is like, it was incredible.
Did they say it like that?
Yeah, where were you? Where were you when it came out? We were just talking last night about the Scream 1 and Scream 2
Yes.
and having the argument that a lot of people have about which one's better. And I said Scream 2.
Scream 2 is pretty great.
Because I've
It's
now
hard. It's a hard one.
I saw all four. I saw all four. Yeah.
How do you rank them, Nev?
Well, one, I mean, it was such a magical experience,
Yeah.
and it was so redefining of the genre that I just, that one's really special in my heart. I think 2 is really great. I think people really love that one as well. I had such a great experience on all of them, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty much. That's how it goes.
And lastly, Alex, I was mentioning you've got 3 films, I think, here in
Yeah.
Toronto, keeping busy. Surprisingly, Jumanji is not one of them. I don't know why is that. That seems like Tiff material.
I don't think they need to.
Yeah. How close are you now with Dwayne? Do you have him on speed dial if you need a kidney? Would he come calling and help you?
He gives me kidneys all the time.
Re-
He's got a lot of kidneys.
Yeah,
You
if
see
any
him?
man
He's
has
big.
multiple kidneys,
He's got big, strong kidneys. No, I love I'm actually decently close with DJ. A lot of people, yeah, like actually
Decently close.
that sounds like a strong friendship.
decently close. As in, like I call him and he doesn't call me back. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. He's a really sweet guy, and like we had a really fun time. Even on the last one, especially we were like talking backstage and or like on set and stuff, and we were just like hanging out. And he's just like a gentle,
Yeah.
sweet guy. And he's like, yeah, man, yeah, it's so nice to meet you. Sick reference. He's like, that's awesome. That is awesome. He's like, that take was awesome. Dude, you're awesome.
I know. I don't think I've met somebody that doesn't like DJ yet. I would question their motives and their
Amazing.
personality.
And Nev.
Yeah,
knows
you've worked
too.
with him, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did,
We
yeah.
talked about him,
Yeah, 2 years.
And you texted him. I mean, she's way closer. I don't have his number, but she has his number, and they like.
true?
Well, when we realized that we'd both worked with him, I texted him and I said, "This is so strange, but Alex is playing my son Henry in this movie, and actually the child that DJ and I had in our movie was Henry." Yeah. Anyway,
Sequel.
weird
Pseudo
coincidence. I texted
sequel.
him. He's like, "No way." He
Need to
loved.
get to the
He
texting
spoke very
stage.
highly of Alex, and he's a good guy.
It's
Really
a love
good guy.
fest. We've been through an emotional roller coaster here, guys. We started a little sad, we went happy, went sad again. I don't know where we're at now.
Now we're at like Loopy.
Blathering.
Loopy. All right.